2026 is almost here. Of course, where political actors are getting ready to make sure they become victorious at the poll, especially for FCT and Buhari Area Council in particular. This is YC Studio 1212, and you are on to Polithink. My name is Toskimba, and of course, I have a gentleman in the studio who will be talking politics with me this afternoon. I have Prince John Danlami Kaura, the Talba of Biaji, one of the media aides to Honorable Shokwolo, the incoming area council chairman, and he's also an advocate, a farmer, a teacher, an activist, a lot of that. Welcome, Honorable um, Danlami Kaura.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Okay, I also have another gentleman in the studio. I have Comrade Dan Stephen Aji. He's a businessman, a philanthropist, a social media content creator, a hard supporter of Honorable Shokwolo. Welcome, Mr. Dan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, it's a pleasure having you. Okay, let's swing into politics right now. Let's start off with you, Comrade Dan. Okay, Shokwolo, the man Shokwolo. We just have a few information about him on the social media. Maybe I did not check the right platform, but from my search, I just have a few information about Honorable Shokwolo. Could you please tell us who he is?
Okay, in a nutshell, I could tell you confidently that Shokwolo, let me start with, he's a philanthropist for joining politics.
Okay.
If you know him, he's a philanthropist who loves, cares for people. He's a fighter, a dog gets, what I mean, a dog gets
Go-getter.
go-getter.
Yep.
So that is Honorable Shokwolo for you. The lover of people. Even now, you can attest to it by the number of persons surrounding him. Yeah. So he's free, he's accommodating, and he is loving, like I've said before.
Okay, very well. But I wish you people have all of this information handy on the social media space as the media aides of Honorable Shokwolo. Okay, aside that, let me talk to Prince. Prince,
The Talba of Biaji.
yes, the Talba of Biaji. Okay, let's talk about APC right now.
Okay.
Yeah, going by the circumstances surrounding APC primaries, you know, some part or a faction of the APC are claiming that the APC primaries was characterized by violent, corrupt practices, and of course, you know that the electoral law frowns against that. You know, going forward, don't you think this might hamper the opportunity of your candidate? Talking about Honorable Shokwolo.
Okay, thanks very much. I used to tell people that when you see whatever thing you see in politics is politics. Whatever thing you see happening is politics. Of course, interest is there. Some persons may want to use character of betrayal to gain interest. Some people apply violence, whichever tool available within their reach to get what they want. They will definitely want to employ or deploy those things. Yes, of course, I was there, not like I was told. I was there. We actually did a live streaming covering what happened. We were there from morning till night because of that election. Yes, there were gunshot. They were also tear gassing of even our candidate, Honorable Shokwolo, you know. And eventually, even before that process, delegate list, we expect that the authentic delegate list should be presented in that election. But funny enough, two fake delegate lists were presented, you know, by that camp, which we had ours. But ours, the police actually, the security denied us the access of producing our delegate list, which of course it was like we were compelled to accept what they did. It was a kangaroo election. You know, we were chased out of the election hall, and eventually later at night, figure was flying on air. How did this young man emerge? We do not have an idea. So Honorable Shokwolo has to take this upon himself that no, he will challenge this process in the court. So he went to the court with the available evidence gathered in the course of that process that produced Honorable Joshua Ishaku in court. So he challenges, and of course there is a provision for appeal to hear, for hearing. So the Honorable Shokwolo has to gather all of the available evidence and presented his case to the appeal committee. They look into the matter. While they were going through it, he also had to gain justice in the court. So having considered what he has presented before appeal committee, the appeal committee had to invite him, please. We have seen what is available, that what you have presented. Now, for we to go further, you have to withdraw that case in the court. So that was what led to Honorable Shokwolo going to the court to withdraw that case, because he respects the integrity and the supremacy of the party, and he had to adhere to the order or instruction given to him. And of course, when he withdrew the case, they had to sit. And of course, Honorable Shokwolo was asked to present his authentic delegate list. From their own findings, where Honorable Shokwolo was declared winner, if the election was conducted using the authentic delegate list. How did we get this list? There was a congress before the election.
Now, how did Shokwolo emerge? If you're saying if,
I am still at the verge of appeal committee. That Honorable Shokwolo went to the court to challenge the process that produced Honorable Joshua,
yes,
which did not go down well with us. So INEC gave their report that there was no election. Appeal committee also, from their own findings, declared that there was no election, which gave Honorable Shokwolo a soft landing. What materials do we have that if there was an election, that you would have emerged? And of course, the material available, they were able to make their findings because the figures are there. The appeal committee did their scrutiny, and of course, Honorable Shokwolo was prepared because the time available for rerun, if there was a time, it was already elapsed, and INEC cannot look into that again. So the available space for the appeal committee to look into that matter was when they prepared Honorable Shokwolo, and eventually he emerged today. Now, it will also surprise you. It's politics, we'll talk more. It will also surprise you to know that how will you, clear the air that Honorable Shokwolo is the authentic candidate as we speak today? The day certificate of return was issued to the 6th Area Council chairmanship candidate. Honorable Shokwolo was inclusive. Now, this young man who claimed to have won the primary came a day later. Now, why did he get the certificate of return? Why was his picture not among the 6th Area Council? Where was he then?
Okay, your candidate, Honorable Shokwolo, has a certificate of return. Of course, Ishaku also has a certificate of return.
Yes.
So now, both of them are showcasing their certificate of return to on the social media platform that we saw, but one of them seems to be brighter than the other. So let me ask you now, which of them is the authentic one, and which one should we go for? Because the APC seems to be confusing us as far as that is concerned, because two certificate of return being flying on air, which we or a common man on the street, you are getting us confused.
Okay, I thank you for this wonderful question. Of course, this has been the question we trash on daily basis on the social media, trying to educate. It will interest you to know that Honorable Shokwolo media team are educators. We don't argue, we present fact. We are factual in our argument, we give reasons. Now, the two certificates we are talking about. One, that of the darker one, which you called a brighter one, is the authentic one. And of course, that is what Honorable Shokwolo holds. That was given to him by APC. Okay, now we ask, the evidences are there. I was there when Shokwolo was signing. I was the one that took the pictures. In fact, I broke out the news that Honorable Shokwolo has been issued certificate of return. And there was jubilation everywhere. The entire body was happy because this is the man that is expected to handle the council administration. Now, this other man, the following day, only him out of the 6th Area Council came overnight, not even in the daytime, and presented certificate of return. Him and his running mates. Now, the question there is, who issued them the certificate of return? There are no evidences anywhere. I think this is enough for you to know that these people, like, something is wrong somewhere. Everything about them is fake, with due respect. Because we keep asking questions. Who issued you this certificate of return? And where? They can't produce pictures, no videos. So where did you manufacture this result, this certificate of return? It's still subject to scrutiny and questioning. And that is our argument on daily basis. Whatever thing you see is not that we don't know where we're heading to. The party has taken her stand and has given the mandate to the people, to the people's mandate. Honorable Shokwolo, he's the man that the people love. You need to see the team of stakeholders that are against this man. The question is, why only him?
Okay, let's move to the next question now. Now, going by what you just said now, of course, there are persons who are aggrieved. There are so many persons who are angry about the outcome. I want to take a classic example of a man in your team, which, let me not say your team, you're in APC, a certain HK Haske, who's been he's on his social media platform posting evidence of violence and even his court proceedings, you know, stating his grievances as far as the primary election is concerned. How do you intend to reconcile such persons? Because you need, in election, you need the good, the bad, the ugly. Everyone has to be on your side for you to be victorious going into 2026.
Okay, let me get your question clear.
Yeah.
This same person in question that is flying materials on the air, is it in support of Honorable Shokwolo or Joshua?
Well, you should know that.
Well, you know the person, because if I do, I will come up. But of course, a lot of process will definitely produce a candidate. People must be aggrieved. You don't expect when you beat me, I don't cry. And when I cry, how do you calm me down to see you as your friend again? Of course, I will remember that the weight of the blow you gave me is much, and if I try that, you give me more. So I just have to respect myself. Now, Honorable Shokwolo has emerged. Of course, he needs people. If you know this man, you will not believe the rumor that is trending out there. Honorable Shokwolo is receptive, like my colleague has rightly mentioned. He's homely. When you meet him, you won't say anything. You will like, wow. Everything about the rumor that is dwelling in your heart will be neutralized by his facial look. He's a man that everybody wants to come around. He has 95% supporters in Boreal Council. So whatever thing you see at play is fine. So we are now appealing to the aggrieved members that it is politics. If you have not failed, you have not tried. And you may not know what you can do until you try. So they have tried. And of course, there is time for everything. If yours doesn't come now, doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't have it. When you fail, you don't remain in one place. So we are appealing to them, come, let's work together. Honorable Shokwolo is a nice man. We are never aggrieved. Insult here and there from social media, we absorb them. We welcome all of these things. These are factors, or these are tools that makes us stronger. When they insult, you look at yourself, does I look like that insult? No, you smile and move on. And exactly that's what we've been doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, Comrade Dan, you are a grassroots person, and you have a lot of youths who are under your watch, right? Trying to convince them about Honorable Shokwolo, right? Now, in politics in Nigeria, it seems like a winner takes it all. Maybe in your camp, there are those who are loyalists to Shokwolo and their Ishaku. What would you do in your grassroots level now, in your corner, to make sure these people come together for victory in 2026?
Like I said, we disagree to agree, right? And there is no doubt the political atmosphere in Boreal Council, APC to be precise, is tense at the moment because personal interest. But I want to believe with time, the situation will calm.
Okay.
There we will be able to lobby, we will be able to, speak to people, to buy their, to cajole them, to see reasons as to why we should come together. Because this is an in-house battle.
Yeah.
This is an in-house disagreement. So there is no victor and there is no vanquish.
Yes.
We are all working towards one goal.
It's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Prince John, what's the chance of your candidate going into 2026? Having a seat in the red roof.
Okay, as it is like rightly observed that there are grief people out there, we need them to walk through the paths that lead to success. It is glaring that, of course, even from a very chunk number of people from PDP called to say, "Kai, we will prefer working with Honorable Shokwolo because what he has done is a grassroots person." Every community here in Boraya Council, Honorable Shokwolo has touched one or two, either by invitation. You don't even need to beg him to do what you are requesting him to do. Put a call to him. I have an occasion, you'll see him there. All the MCs in Boraya Council knows him. If Honorable Shokwolo hide in the crowd, they will fish him out. Can't you see that he's more popular, that the people want him there? So the road is clear. Once INEC finally published this name, which we're expecting that Honorable Shokwolo, by the grace of God, will be announced, and that, of course, will silence all these things you're saying. The moment you will see people coming, arriving. So it's a political happening, Buhaha, that we all know. Once one person emerges, the house comes together for the victory of all.
All right, Comrade Dan, your final thoughts, your final words to the people. Your final word now. What do you have to say to the people?
Okay. Honorable Shokwolo is an household name within and even outside Boraya Council. He is sellable, you can see, and I want to say it anywhere, anytime, any day, that going for this election, 2026 February, I want to tell you, we found it so easy winning at the polls with Shokwolo Haruna as the candidate, because he has paid his dues.
Of course.
Thank you. Okay, your final thoughts. Just if you in 30 seconds.
Viewers all over the world, Nigeria, Boraya Council to be precise, Honorable Shokwolo is a nice man. Please vote him. Get your PVC because that is your right. Yes, and defend the vote. But of course, we need you at the poll to defend our vote. And Honorable Shokwolo will create a new face of Boraya Council. God bless you and thank you.
All right, thank you very much, viewers. I've been speaking with a gentleman in the studio, of course, Prince John Danlami Kara, the Talba of Viaji, one of the media aides to Honorable Shokwolo. And I also have with me Comrade Dan Steve Aji, a businessman and a philanthropist. All right, viewers, this is what we call it a wrap on politics on YC Studio 1212. Until I come your way next week with a fresh edition of the show, my name is Toski Mba. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's a pleasure.